things that I wanted to tell you guys is when you're doing your appointments, play music like that in the background. Positive, fun music. You can actually go to YouTube and put in Valentine's music, and it's all these fun love songs. And so it's all about self-love, and you can talk about that. Okay, so everybody has some kind of tape measure or a ruler and a mirror. So you're going to need that in just a minute. If you don't have it, go get it, and that way you will have it. And let me get out of this and go back to our slideshow. And maybe our next. And okay. So one of the things I want to talk to you guys about tonight is doing a challenge in February. Let me try to mute everybody. Doing a challenge in February, just like January, but you have less time. And that is 30 faces. And I know you guys have rejected this and rejected this and rejected this, but Mandy's the only one this year that has done it, this seminar year that has done the 30 faces. It is so doable. Just plan it out. I know, just plan it out. You could literally do 30 faces in one Saturday. And the thing is, if you share your goal with other people and say, I have a goal to be the first person in my unit in Mary Kay to do 30 faces in one day, people will help you. You could do 10 sessions of 3, 3 sessions of 10, 5 sessions of 6, 6 sessions of 5, however you can do the math, just do it. You know, invite 5 people and ask them each to bring 3 people, and you'll knock out 15 in one day. And then on Sunday afternoon, when we get home from church, do the rest. But it is so doable. So I'm just putting it out there, just saying, let's do it in February. And I want to tell you something. Anyone who does 30 unshare 30 new faces in February, I will be ordering you a new Mary Kay beauty coat.
Ooh.
So when you show up to the meetings and you got your tank top on, or you got your sweats on, or whatever, you can throw on your beauty coat and go, I'm looking good. But seriously, the best thing about a beauty coat is it makes you look so official. It makes you look like a medical person. And Kristen Myers, when she was building her national area, she literally put on her beauty coat, a black skirt, and black flats, and went out every single day to meet people or to hold her appointments. As a national, she did that all the way up until she built her national area. So that beauty coat speaks volumes, and it looks so beautiful. So 30 new faces, tracking it in February. You can start today. You can start tomorrow. I'll give you an extra day. Also, on February 1st, on Shipes Shining Stars Facebook page, I'm going to go ahead and announce our queens. So you can do your points, because on February 3rd, your I Want a Prize forms are due. And I know some of y'all are going to be queens and on the courts. You can do the rest of the points on your own, but if you're a queen, you get like all these bonus points. So I wanted y'all to have those points to add, because the forms are due on the 3rd. Okay. Keep stressing that we're number 1. That is so important. So Love Your Skin Challenge, 30 new faces in February. Imagine if you average $75 a face, which you guys average a lot more than that. That would be over $2,000 in sales, which is over $1,000 profit. So at the end of February, on March 1st, you would have an extra $1,125 in your account. Why not? And this is the way you can do it. So there are several times during the year, Christmas, Halloween, Mother's Day, and Valentine's Day, that you can give out goodie bags. And so when you have these little goodie bags, I have a color card in here. I have a gift certificate. I have my business card. And then you don't have to do section 2. I'm not a fan of section 2, but I do put a little hand lotion in there, because a lot of people have dry hands in February. And then I'll throw in a few of my little red candies. I have lots of little hard candies, and so I throw those in right before I do it. Peel this off, fold it over, and it's good to go. If you don't have these, don't wait on a section 2 order to get the love bags. Just go get yourself some little goodie bags that have Valentine's stuff on it. You can get them at the dollar store. Like 100 for $2. So just go do that. But this is a great time to be handing out little goodie bags. It works, it works, it works. Hand out 100 goodie bags. You'll have 30 faces in February. Challenge them to help you. So this is our gift for the month of January. You have today and tomorrow to earn this. Always, you want to be proactive, not reactive. I have always used a weekly plan sheet. As a full-time teacher, football coach, teaching my exercise class 5 days a week, running my Mary Kay business, everything went on that weekly plan sheet. It was before we had cell phones and stuff online. We didn't have computers. Everything was hard paper. So my weekly plan sheet is what has always gotten me through. This is where you plan your 30 faces in 30 days, achieve your perfect power or power start plus achievement. So last month, you guys set some goals. Now, Vicki, I'm going to cut you some slack, girl, because you got COVID and an upper respiratory and you were very sick. But I want you to look at these goals and I want you to think, what kept you from achieving these goals? What kept you from achieving these goals? What got in the way? Did you get in the way? Did your family get in the way? Did your significant other get in the way? Did your job get in the way? Did your schedule get in the way? Did your lack of schedule get in the way? Figure out what got in your way and let's reset. We are resetting in February, resetting your goals every step of the way. So again, you're still kicking off your New Year portfolio. You can call it your VD. Don't call it your VD. Call it your Valentine's Day portfolio. And you just ask, you give the details, okay? You basically ask for her support. You let her know what's in it for her. And then you ask her if she would like to have a little girlfriend time and you close it, okay? And who would she like to invite? And then these are your follow-up questions. They are in every one of your e-blast every week. Okay, this is the Valentine's Day Face 2024. So this is what Mary Kay is putting out there. It's called Forget Me Not. It's granite all over the eyelid. And then it's the liquid eyeshadow and meteor shower. It is the, let me make sure I'm getting this right. A smoky effect. Okay, you're using the Mary Kay Eye Gel Liner. And you create that smoky effect with that, with the liner. And then Lash Intensity Mascara. You define the cheeks using the contour, which we're going to learn about that in a second. You enhance the cheeks with a cheek color. They use Darling Pink and highlighter and Honey Glow right here. And then her lip is Think of Pink and then Pink Ballerina for a shiny finish. And y'all, I'm not a big pink person, but I've been wearing the Pink Ballerina lip gloss and I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. Okay, get out your measuring tape. We got 8 minutes. So get ready to take some notes. And I may stop it a couple of times so you can kind of do what she's telling you to do. But we're going to try to do this in the next 10 minutes and then we'll wrap it up. So get ready. Are you ready? Everybody say yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yay. Here we go. Oh, no. Here we don't go. Okay. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Melissa Hernandez, and I've been a Los Angeles-based makeup artist for 8 years. And today, I'm so excited to talk all about a continuously hot topic in the beauty world: contouring, brightening, and highlighting. When it comes to makeup, I'm all about doing what feels right to you. So, I'll be diving deep into face shapes and how to contour, brighten, and highlight to define your unique features in your own way. First up, let's talk about how to find your face shape. It might sound silly, but an effective way to determine your face shape is by measuring. So grab a flexible tape measure, a pen and paper, and document your measurements in front of a mirror, recording each number as you move along. Let's start with your forehead measurement. Locate the widest area of your forehead. It's usually located between your eyebrows and the top of your hairline. Then measure horizontally from hairline to hairline. Next, find the most prominent part of your cheekbones. It's usually located just below the outer corner of your eyes, so right about here, and you're also going to measure horizontally. After that, hold one end of the tape measure just below your ears, and you're gonna hug your jawline until you reach the center point of your chin. Multiply this number by 2 to get your jawline number. Lastly, to find out the length of your face, you're gonna measure vertically from the center of your hairline to the tip of your chin. Now, you're all set to identify your face shape. Reference all of the measurements you took and note which ones are the largest. These are the measurements you'll use as your guide. If you're having trouble identifying the largest measurement because they're all similar, you likely have a square face shape. This means that your jawline is sharp and angular rather than rounded, but your features are fairly even throughout. Much like a square face shape, the measurements of a rounded face are also proportionate, except there are no harsh angles and the jawline is soft and much less defined. If your face length is the largest measurement and your forehead and cheekbones and jawline are similar, then you likely have a rectangle face shape. If your face length is larger than your cheekbones and your forehead is greater than your jawline, you likely have an oval face shape. This means your jawline is rounded rather than sharp. For reference, I have an oval face shape. If your forehead measurement is greater than your cheekbones and jawline, you likely have a heart face shape. This likely means that your chin is pointed and narrow and your face is slightly longer than it is wide. And finally, if your face length measures the largest and the jawline the smallest, you likely have a diamond face shape. This means your chin might be a bit more narrow and pointed. Now that you know your face shape, let's dive into some basic contouring, brightening, and highlighting tips. Then, we'll cover how to apply those tips to your specific face shape. For starters, don't try to overcorrect the shape of your face with a ton of product. Start small and build up the intensity wherever you want it most. When selecting a color to contour with, choose a shade that's darker than your skin tone. You can of course use a product specifically for contouring, like Mary Kay's Chroma Fusion Contour, but you can also use a concealer or a foundation that's 1 to 2 shades darker than your usual products. When it comes to brightening and highlighting, I recommend contouring first. This way it's easier to determine which features you want to bring forward. To brighten targeted areas of your face, use concealer or foundation 1 to 2 shades lighter than your usual shade. Then apply highlighter wherever you want some shimmer. Square face shapes have very minimal curves and the forehead, cheekbones, and jawline are essentially the same width. I recommend contouring along the jawline and temples to help soften the edges of the face. Then, opt for a bright or bold lip or a rounded smoky eye to help contrast the angular shapes of the face. Round face shapes are typically symmetrical and tend to be circular with no major angles or edges. Create shadow and depth by contouring beneath the cheekbones, along the sides of the forehead and the jawline. Then, you're going to brighten the center of the forehead, under the eyes, and the center of the chin to bring those features forward. The contrast between shadow and light will make your face appear more angular. Rectangle face shapes are generally balanced. The forehead, cheekbones, and jawline are relatively parallel, and the length of the face is longer than it is wide. To add some softness and dimension, contour along the hairline and temples, cheekbones, and below the jawline. Follow by brightening under the eyes, in the middle of the forehead, and on the chin. Like rectangle face shapes, oval face shapes are also generally balanced, and they're longer than they are wide. I have an oval face shape, and I love to create subtle depth and dimension by lightly contouring along my temples, under my cheekbones, and along the sides of my nose. For oval face shapes, you want to maintain balance by lightly dusting contour along the forehead and just under the cheekbones. Then, apply blush onto the apples of the cheeks and sweep it upwards towards the temples. Heart face shapes tend to have a wider forehead and a slender chin that comes to a point. To add dimension and softness, contour along the temples and the bottom of the chin. Then, complement with a rosy blush to accentuate your high cheekbones. Finally, diamond face shapes tend to be the widest at the cheekbones with a slightly narrower hairline and chin. They also tend to be longer rather than wider. To balance the center of the face, contour below the cheekbones, but avoid bringing product too close to your mouth, as this will have the opposite effect you're looking for. Then, brighten under the eyes, in the center of the forehead, and the middle of the chin to help broaden these narrower areas. Now, I'm going to demonstrate some of my favorite contouring and highlighting tips that work for anyone, regardless of face shape. I'm going to start with the Cupid's bow. I love contouring the Cupid's bow because it adds the most subtle definition and it makes the lips appear fuller. I also like to apply the contour along my lower lip so that my lips look balanced and even. Additionally, I love applying a subtle wash of contour in the crease of the eyes so everything looks nice and uniform. Now for highlight. Most commonly, highlighter is applied to the tops of the cheekbones and along the bridge of the nose. Doing so adds the perfect amount of glow for that dewy, delicious skin we all know and love. You can also apply highlighter to the brow bone to help define your brows and make your eyes look more awake. And if you're feeling extra spicy, you can add highlighter to your collarbones for a beautiful shimmer. Last but not least, you can add highlighter to the inner corners of your eyes to really make them pop. I hope you found these tips helpful, but if there's one thing I want you to remember, it's that this is just a guide. There are no set rules when it comes to makeup. You're free to do whatever you want. Ultimately, my best tip is to analyze your face and do what feels right in the moment. It's all about embracing your natural beauty and enhancing it, not masking your unique features. Thanks for following along.
Isn't that awesome? Don't y'all love that? That's on our website. It's on our website. So you go under products and you just go under videos and it's the celebrity makeup artist, Melissa Hernandez. Now, the best thing to do is to go back and kind of watch it, figure out what you are. You don't have to memorize what everybody's going to be, but you can look at people straight on right now and you can kind of tell after just seeing that, are they square? Are they round? Is it a fuller face? I've got an average face, just oval. It's normal. But you know, you have heart shape. And so you can show people how to do contouring. Contouring is not something I would do in a party or a group kind of setting. That's something I would do with individuals to really play with. I've had Zulema contour me a couple of times and show me how to do my nose and stuff, but I get so impatient. And I have such a fear of looking like someone just put black along my nose. Sorry. But I love doing the under the cheeks because as you reach a more interesting age, things start to kind of all start falling down. So I put the lighter powder here and I put a little bit of contour here and then top off with a tiny bit of natural blush. Y'all, you've got to be so careful with cheek colors because you want to be blush, not blush. Okay. You want to be soft. And so you can go too heavy. And if you put your cheek color on first thing in the morning before your color has really risen or before you have coffee, you're going to look like cherry chipmunk cheeks when you get to work. So I use pressed powders. I use the Ivory One to go along here, underneath here, right here. And as a primer for my eyes, I use Ivory One. And then I use Beige One and Beige Two, a mixture to do the undercut here. And then I'm not dealing with all the contour stuff. Now, I've got it in the bathroom. If I have time to do it, I'll do it. But most of the time, I try to do my makeup in 8 to 10 minutes. So that's just how I roll. Any questions about contouring or anything like that? Nope. You guys are good? Okay.
No.
It's all on Mary Kay InTouch. So, you know, it's right there for you to see. You just have to, you know, click on the video and watch it. Let me move this down and you will learn all about it. So the other thing I wanted to show you guys tonight before I let you go, and do give yourself 5 points for being on and 5 points if you did your weekly accomplishment sheet. But I wanted to, hang on, I went too fast. I wanted to show you something. A lot of you guys really struggle with gift wrap, and it is actually better to do minimal, a pull bow, or a curly bow and a little bit of paper and a little bit of tissue and a little bit of shred, than to go all out and just do too much. My mom used to always say, the more you play with it, the uglier it gets. And sometimes when you do a gift for somebody or you're doing gift service, you really kind of almost need to walk away from it and then come back. But before I show you this last video, and then we'll be done, I'll come back and talk to you guys real quick. I wanted to show you on Amazon, this is the best price I have found. If you want to do gift certificates for Valentine's Day and you want to put a silk rose in a box with the gift certificate, this is the best deal going. What I would do is I would get together with 1 or 2 other people. You can get 30 of these for only $23.98. That's less than $1 each. That's the best deal I found. And you put some shred in it, you put a silk rose in it. And what I've got here is I hit Michael's after holidays, and you can see where I've cut them off with my wire cutters, but you can put a couple of these little flowers here. If it's more like a friend giving it to a friend, if you buy individual stems, it's a lot more expensive than buying like what I call a bush. And you just cut it off down here with your wire cutters. And then I lucked out, and a couple of years ago, after Valentine's Day, I hit either Michael's or I don't know, probably Hobby Lobby, and I got these roses that have sparkle on them. And they were like 75% off, and I got like 10 bushes of them. So I take a couple of, well, you can see that one doesn't even have one. I take a couple of these with my wire cutters and put that, and that is just simply gorgeous. And then you can go to my website, joannashipe.com, and go under the resources, and there's gift cards there that you can print off. I recommend that you either get sticky laminating film or you laminate it yourself. And make the card look really nice. Put a beauty book in there, put a lookbook in there, kind of fold it underneath, put some shred on it. Make sure you put your business card in there as well. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. But let me show you. So that's on Amazon. So if you want to take a picture of that, it is this company, something out of China. And you can take a picture of that. So 30 pack. So if you wanted to go in with somebody, that would be super, super sugar smart to do. Okay, so let me go back to our slideshow, and let me move this. I've been talking so much, I'm losing my voice. Okay, get ready to learn some way cool stuff. Oh my gosh, I was having so much fun watching this video, and then I got stuff out and just started doing it myself. But this girl is so good. So make sure you write down her name and follow her.
Don't tattoo your lips. Try this instead.
No, don't
Those who
do
are frustrated
this.
with thinning lips. The ones who want to get rid of those vertical lines.
Okay.
Hey guys, back again today to talk to you more about making bows with wired ribbon, because I had so many of you reach out to me asking questions as far as when you don't have a box, what if you're doing a basket, that I figured I would show you guys again in person so you can see the difference that you can do bows with baskets. So I just have a little basket here. Couple ways you can do bows. One is a lot of people like open baskets, and if you're one of those people, you can use the handle as like your starting place for the bow. Bows obviously look really beautiful right here, kind of centered on the basket. So you would follow the exact same thing that I showed you with packages. The difference being is that you don't need as much ribbon to wrap around it. You would just simply figure out the length you want by basing it off of, again, how long you want the ribbon to hang down. See how it's hanging to the bottom of the basket? Go ahead and give that a quick tie. Again, you are going to take your ribbon just like we did with the packages. This is the same exact technique. Hold it down and just start twirling it around itself. And again, the more times you wrap it around, the bigger and fluffier your bow will be. Cut it always at an angle. And notch the sides. About 1/2 inch in, do not go all the way through. And you're just gonna put your ribbon through each of those notches, tie it off, and pull out your loops. Okay, for those original end pieces, you can tuck them or do whatever you want. But then you have a beautiful bow on your basket. You can fill it up with all sorts of fun things hanging out the side. Okay, so option number 2 is the cellophane wrap. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's 2 types of like cellophane wrap that are really neat. One is it just looks like this and you can't shrink it, okay? So you're gonna see a crumbly cellophane. I personally like, it's called shrink wrap. And I love the shrink wrap because it tightens around the products that you're shrinking. And so it just looks a little more professional in my opinion. What's really neat is a few years ago, they came out with shrink it bags. Yeah. You literally buy a bag big enough to plop your item down into, tie it off, and shrink it. When you just have a roll of the shrink wrap, like I do, I'm gonna just place it in the middle here. Pull it up. You would tape back the sides before shrinking. That's a whole nother lesson though. What we're talking about today is bows. So again, guys, now instead of placing it on the front here, you would want to place it up here as kind of your focal point and to close the cellophane. So we're going to take just, again, a small piece of ribbon to begin with, cut at a diagonal, tie it off, roll your bow again, stick it through the pieces. And guys, I don't know if you just realized this, but these bows are reusable. So when you give these gifts, let's say you're opening Christmas morning, you can then, if no one's taking that ribbon with them, you can go ahead and grab all the ribbon and use it again for next year. Love that. Okay, so look, how beautiful is that? A big, beautiful bow on this.
Okay. Love that. Okay, they're going to do more. So hang on, let me escape out of here. So this is the Practical Housewife. I love her. Lots of great ideas. Let me get out of this. Lots of great ideas there. And then real quick, I want to show you one more thing. This is gift ideas with Mary Kay products. So watch this. It's just really quick. Little teddy bear, some roses, eyeshadow, lip colors. There's satin hands with a brush set. This is dollar store stuff with an eyeshadow. That would be about $15. Here's a fragrance with a candy bar in a beautiful box. Little bear with a fragrance. Lots of fun little sticky Valentine's things. So this is on YouTube, and it's under gift ideas for Valentine's Day with Mary Kay products. And what I suggest you do is don't go try to do 50 different gifts. Pick 3 things and go with it. Now, real quick, I want to show you something. You see this sparkle right here? You can order rolls of this, rolls of it off Amazon, or you can go to a craft store and pay 10 times more. But that sparkly stuff, you can put it on all the products you sell people if you want to make people feel special. I don't have any done right now, but I want to show you, if you were to do it, like let's say somebody buys this product and it's a friend and you know that they're kind of blingy, so it'd be like me. You just take it and you just wrap it around the cap. Put it back in the box. Put it back in the box. And when they open it, they're like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So it's those little things, you guys. All it is, it's a roll. And don't get the skinny ones. Go ahead and get the fat ones because you can cut them and they stick. They stick on everything. Like I could stick it on this, okay? You can stick it on anything. You can stick it on your clinical solutions, anything. You can put like a little row around here. Just, one day when you're having movie day or it's rainy and you don't feel like making phone calls, I've been there. I know what that feels like. Get out your crafty things. Do a bunch of pre-made bows. You know how she took the ribbon and she tied it and then she snipped it and she secured it? Okay, you can pre-make those. And then what you do is you're going to be like, well, how do I know how big I need to make the base? Just make the base. And then what you do is when you need it, like let's say I made it this big and it needs to go around this, then you just get another securing ribbon in the same color family, and that's your base ribbon. Then you tie it back on, but you can pre-make bows. And I am not crafty. I might be sly, but I'm not crafty. And I know only the little more interesting age chicks understood that one. But I can sit down and watch a football game with my husband, and I'm basically, football just makes me angry because I start calling the plays. So, because y'all know I used to be a football coach, so I kind of take myself away from it. And I can sit there and I can write cards to my customers. I can write cards to my unit members. I can make bows. I can send text messages. When we say, oh my gosh, my life is Mary Kay, because I can always find something to do because I've always got my little kit there. I always have my scissors, my tape, my wire cutters, I have a little basket, and I'll sit next to, whoever I'm sitting with, and they're like, okay, guess you're doing your crafts. And it makes you feel so good to have like 9 or 10 bows ready to go for your satin hands. And like I told y'all last week, I think it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, have 5 or 6 satin hands ready to go. So when a friend calls you or a relative calls you and says, oh my gosh, I'm going to a birthday party, I forgot to get her a gift, what do you have? And every time you see them or every time you post on social media, have 2 or 3 pictures of this beautiful display that you have with your product and say, anytime you have a gift emergency, call me. My store is always open. You can literally put it on your front porch and they can pick it up. And that will be faster than driving to the liquor store or driving to the florist and finding something there, because people give flowers, flowers die. They give a bottle of wine or a nice bottle of, adult beverages, and the host never knows who gave what. We had a big Christmas party this year, first one we've had in 5 years. And so many people came and gave us like nice bottles of wine. And if they didn't put a card on the bag or whatever, we don't know who gave what. And even like after we put everything in the wine fridge, I can't remember who gave what, but one couple came and she gave us something I've never seen before. I'm going to tell you about this and I'll let you go. It's called a waxed amaryllis. When you give it to someone, it is ugly as sin. I wish I brought it back here. It's red wax around this giant bulb with these leaves sticking up. But within 2 weeks, you never water it. You put it in indirect light, lots of indirect light. Nicole, are we keeping you up? Lots of indirect light. And you guys, this thing is beautiful. It is literally beautiful. And it's a bulb. So once it finishes blooming, and it's been blooming now, oh gosh, for probably, well, the party was mid-December and it's still blooming. So it'll bloom for a couple of months. Once it finishes, don't feel bad, you throw it away. It's not, what is that called, an annual or whatever? It's a one and done, okay? But beautiful. Every time I look at that thing, I think about that wife married to the guy that Andy works with. And I think, what a great gift. And the funny thing is, Jules got one from one of her parents for Christmas, and ours was already blooming. And she goes, oh my gosh, I got one of these ugly plants. And I said, just put it on your table in indirect sunlight. You are going to be so blessed by how beautiful it is. Do y'all know what an amaryllis is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So look up amaryllis. It's AMYRLLIS, amaryllis, something like that. I don't know. Google will correct you. But they are phenomenal, and they're only really available around Christmas. So, but I'd rather give Mary Kay. So my point is, I don't know what anybody else gave us. It didn't really make an impact on me. You know, I'm like, okay, it's in the wine fridge. It's going to sit there till next year. But that gift was like, wow. And when
Mhm.
I give people satin hands, I'll get cards, I'll get text messages, I'll get phone calls 6 weeks later where they go, my mother-in-law came to visit and we did that satin hands thing. And I just want you to know that is the best gift I've ever gotten for being a hostess. You guys, that's how you promote your product. Take your satin hands with you everywhere you go and do a satin hands treatment, a tiny bit of extra night cream, a tiny bit of the scrub, have them wash their hands. Make sure they take their rings off first, wash their hands, dry them off, put on some hand cream and say, next time you need a gift, call me. It'll last for a year and it's less than 40.
Mhm.
Bam. Okay, and one more thing. Chocolates, great with our Mary Kay business, okay? And then these will go on sale the day after Valentine's, actually sometimes Valentine's Day for like 75% off. It's candy. Get it, give it to a friend and ask her if you can have the tin back, because these make great holders for Valentine's gifts, especially the gift cards. If you have men buy gift cards, and you can put a rose in there, and when she opens it, you have tissue or shred, and these last forever. The paper ones, the cardboard ones don't. I love these. I have 2 hearts on. Okay.
I see.
What brand is that?
This is best before 10, 20, 25.
That's an expiration date.
I really don't remember. I want to say Cadbury because I'm looking at it right there. But if you go into your Walmart or Target, even Valentine's night, go by there. These will be 75% off.
I don't think I've ever seen
Are
the
they
tin.
metal?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes.
I pick them up every year. Every year. You could throw all the chocolates in a little bucket and leave them out as your little goodies for your hostesses and your parties for them to eat, and then use the tins. They are awesome.
Oh.
That's my tip. Okay, let me see if there was anything else. I want to congratulate Mandy and Amy and Vicky. They all won our on-time gift of heart earrings, and they'll get it in time for Valentine's Day. So you
Right.
guys do not forget, check on the 1st of February, Shining Stars Facebook page. All the queens will be listed. Okay. You'll see if you earned points for being on a court or whatever. On the 3rd, on or before February 3rd, turn in your January I want a prize. That's how you get this stuff. Okay. I don't care if you say, I think I only earned 50 points. I'll send you something. Just turn it in. Accountability. Be there or be square. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. We're going to kick off February with a bang. I would love, love, love for you guys to share on our Shining Stars Facebook page how many men you've called to explain about your gift service. Keep it short. Men like to get to the point. You say, I've got great gifts for Valentine's Day. They come in 3 different levels. I like her. That's $50. I love her. That's $100. And I want to be squared away until Easter or Mother's Day. And that's $150. So go for it. Okay. And they don't care. They don't need you to talk about, they just, how much does it cost? And will she like it? Do you want to be a friend, a hero, or a Superman? All right. Love you guys. You have a great, great, great night. Call me if you need.